This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or simply making a donation. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. You may recall that a little while ago I did a video addressing the question of what is the best Telecaster style guitar for 300 quid or less, and one of the guitars that was in that lineup was the Squier Affinity Telecaster. And you may recall that at the end of that video I concluded that would probably be the guitar I would be least likely to spend my money on. Why? Well, because it featured a top loader bridge down here where the strings just kind of come out the back of the bridge without going through the body. It had ceramic magnet pickups, and it has a really kind of narrow nut width of about 40 millimeters, 40 point something. And all of that added up to being, you know, not quite the guitar that I would choose to spend about 165 quid on. This one, however, might be a contender. This is the model down from the Affinity. This is the Bullet Telecaster, and it features that weird paradox that you often get in Fender's range, where the model below a certain model is kind of has a higher spec, or put another way, when you go up a rung of the ladder you actually kind of get a downgrade in spec. This guitar, as I say, the Affinity Telecaster is about 165 quid. These are about 124 quid. And, you know, you get the full-size 42mm nut. You get through body stringing. Okay, there you go. So it's not a top-loader bridge. Of course, you still get the cheap ceramic magnet pickups, but we're going to do something about that shortly. All in all, this I think is a better guitar than the Affinity Telecaster. If you buy the Affinity, you're still going to have to upgrade the pickups if you want a proper true vintage Telecaster tone, and you're going to have to do that on this guitar. But at least you've got, you know, the option of replacing the nut with a standard size nut if that's something you want to do, and you don't have to drill the body to get a proper through body stringing bridge going on. So I mentioned earlier that we're going to be you know, throwing a set of pickups onto this guitar. This guitar actually belongs to one of my students, and she's wanting me to upgrade the pickups, so they're on order and they're arriving sometime in the next couple of days, hopefully, Christmas post willing, obviously. And well, what I've done is I've done a before and after. I've done the before part of a before and after comparison, so let's hear that now. Let's hear what these stock Squier Bullet Telecaster pickups sound like on a variety of different tones. Here it is. Right, well, the postman has finally arrived and brought the new pickups and tuners that are going to be installed on this guitar. More on the tuners a little bit later. These, however, are the pickups. As you can see, 32 quid's worth of unbranded Alnico 5 Telecaster replacement pickups courtesy of eBay. And I know they're only a cheap set of pickups, but they've got to be an improvement on the ceramic magnet pickups that you just heard a moment ago. So let's find out. Here's what the new pickups sound like. And I got to tell you, I'm quite impressed with that sound. It's much more transparent and just much more Telecaster-ish. And you know, for a cheap upgrade to a cheap guitar, they pass muster really well. And it kind of dispels the myth that does kind of sometimes get circulated about, oh well, you know, by the time you've paid for a new set of pickups and this, that and the other, you might as well have just bought the more expensive guitar. Well, not really, because the more expensive guitar than this is the Affinity Telecaster, and that still has the ceramic pickups in it, and we're still not even touching the price of what a Affinity Telecaster would cost, even with the upgraded pickups. And as I said earlier, we have the proper through body stringing as per what you should get on a Telecaster. Now then, the tuners. I ordered a new set of tuners for this guitar because the tuners that were on it were awful. Frankly, it felt like they were lubricated with gravel. They were really lumpy, and you just didn't really feel in control of the string as regards getting it in tune. Curiously, this isn't always the case with Squier Bullet guitars. Another one of my students has the Squier Bullet Mustang, and the tuners on that are absolutely fine. But these did need replacing, and when I took them off, I saw that they were the two-prong tuners, like the ones you can see here. And I thought, I've already got a set of those. You may remember I had a Yamaha Pacifica a while ago where I put some locking tuners on that and took the original ones off. And the tuners from the Yamaha were perfectly fine. And they were a direct drop-in fit to this guitar. So now it's got a new set of tuners courtesy of an old Yamaha Pacifica, and they hold tuning really well, and the guitar sounds, you know, like a Telecaster should, really. I mean, all in all, even if I paid for the tuners, I think they were about 20 quid. So these guitars are 125, let's call it. The pickups were 32, so we're up to 157 there, plus another I think 20 quid for a set of tuners. Vanson tuners, I've used them before. They're absolutely fine. They get the job done and they work. So we're up to about 177 quid all in, which is a shade more than the Affinity Telecaster, but you are getting a much, I think, better sounding guitar for the money. So there you go, folks. That's pretty much it for this video. I do hope you've found something useful in it, and if you have, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and give me a like while you're at it. This is probably going to be the final video I manage to get out before Christmas, so if I don't see you all beforehand, have a great Christmas and a happy new year and everything. And once again, if you're looking for some last minute Christmas present ideas, check out my website for courses and merchandise and stuff. And don't forget the charity single, all in aid of Zoe's Place Baby Hospice, which is a charity in Middlesbrough which provides palliative, respite and end-of-life care to children under 5 with terminal illnesses. The links are all in the description below. All proceeds go to the charity, and even if you just take a listen to it on Spotify, you're still producing revenue that will go directly to the charity. So thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Have a Merry Christmas, and I look forward to seeing you all again next year. Bye for now, folks.